I'm going to be guarding the noble. Just keeping a close eye on him.
Are you
Fellow
in the
member of
second
the
rank?
faith. No, I'm the third rank.
Okay.
So I'm just, just keeping a close eye on him, just making sure that his back's not exposed.
Petey's looking for trouble with equal opportunity.
All of you notice as you travel 16 miles straight south, as you begin your turn eastward, there are 4 majestic 10-point elk that are wandering about the forest. One of them is getting close to your party but doesn't seem to notice you. And Rufus is like, "Quiet! Yes, I've got just the thing for this." Yes, and pulls out a crossbow and starts cranking. He's like, "Yeah, yeah."
No, sir, please, if I may, our first priority is getting the sword, if I may, and I think that these animals could help us find the sword.
What?
He says, "How do you figure that, good sir? How do you figure that? Some gnomish magic, perhaps? Have you
Philkin,
some
can you speak with
conjuration?"
animals?
I can speak with animals.
That's wonderful news.
You're going to ruin our chance at some venison. I mean, we're still downwind.
Well, I mean, I didn't say we did kill him after I talked to him. I just want to talk to him first. I've signed a contract with these animals.
Okay.
They're not gnomes. I will cast Speak with Animals at a point that makes sense as far as the duration of the spell,
Okay.
which I don't actually know.
All right.
Um,
Is that something granted to you by being gnomish, or did you take that as a spell as a sorcerer?
I took that as one of my first level bard spells.
Okay.
Philkin went with the powerful lineup of Comprehend Languages, Speak with Animals, Fairy Fire, and Dissonant Whispers.
All right.
I'm a lover and a negotiator.
Have you ever considered starting up your own business? Better message, Philkin.
I'll be the Twitter of Hub.
You get all these little messages about contract negotiations and pending lawsuits.
I was joking with Arthur that I want to be probably the first character in the history of the D&D game to actually buy the Speak with Plants spell. I'm positive that no one has ever actually.
That could be so useful.
Man. You go talk to one of those assassin vines, you're like, "Hey, buddy." He's like, "What's up? Just waiting to hear somebody." And you're like, "Hey, I got somebody you could kill. Come with me. In fact, I have dozens of people you could eat." He's like,
The perfect crime.
Well, Philkin is so.
I've always said it. In Pathfinder, druids are basically eco-terrorists. They have the spells to get into some place, murder somebody without a trace, and get out.
They can be PETA.
Let's see. Speak with Animals lasts 10 minutes. Gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at the minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive.
I know how this goes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna cast it, and you're gonna walk over and talk to the closest elk.
Yes, I will. I will approach the elk cautiously with my, no weapons or anything like that.
Okay.
My trap hidden behind my back. And say, noble beast, we two-legged walkers seek the ruins of a constructed place that others of our kind have built that is somewhere to the east, and I'll point roughly in the eastward direction. Might you know of this place? We wish to pass without incident through your domain with your permission.
So to the rest of you, Philkin just walks forward like 5 steps, starts rubbing his armpits, and goes, "Nerd." All 4 elks immediately turn towards him, and they're like, and to the rest of you, all you hear is, "Mah." And one of them, the closest one, is like, guys, there's a gnome here talking to me, guys. And the other ones are like, "Do we kill him?" And the first one's like, "He's talking about something. I don't understand what he's saying. Something about domains. Something. And then you reach the end of what you're saying, and he's like, hey, gnome, hey.
Yes.
Shut up."
Lord Rufus, would you please open fire?
Oh, jeez.
Are you saying that in animal, or are
I'm
you
not
saying
saying that in elk. I will say that in human.
Okay.
Odlay the Ospo Cray.
All right.
Oh.
So he like whips out his crossbow and pulls the trigger on it, but there's no bolt loaded, and all the elks immediately begin charging Filkin.
Oh no.
Roll for initiative.
Well,
Bring it, nobility. All right.
Guys added here. Boom.
that went about as well as expected.
Should we go to the other screen for this combat, or stay on this screen?
It's conceptual.
I just meant for the token.
Yeah, you
clicking
should have tokens on the initiative order, right? Can you see them?
No.
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 I do not.
Okay. All right.
I don't think I have a token. That's okay.
Do. It's just a sword.
That's perfect.
Get an elk here. Placeholder.
Where are we here?
Oh, that's a fantastic elk right there. Hope that loads. Yep, that's so good.
Natural one. So Filkin turns around to talk to Rufus to ask him to load the crossbow. The elk apparently see that one coming and are halfway charging to Filkin's back with his back.
Yep, the elk rolled pretty dang good.
Oh.
You have a Soren initiative.
Apparently, I was ready for them to do something. Maybe I've hunted elk before.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my token.
It's the
having
one
a-
without a name.
To the left of Filkin.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get. I'm having some difficulty.
I would just roll a d20 and we'll throw it up there, right?
All right. Yep.
I think Dom's recollecting about his druid. 11. Okay. Yeah, it looks like some of you will be acting before the elk swarm descends on Filkin. So Filkin's about 20 feet to the east of you guys, and the closest elk from him is about 60 feet away, and another elk, the 3 remaining elks are 20 feet beyond that one. So, you to Filkin, 20. We can even act this out with little play tokens. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Here's this one over here. And there's some more over here. Well, that copy paste did not work at all. Anyway, Steven, what would you like to do?
I will run up 30 feet and then chuck a javelin at it if I can.
Okay.
We'll see if I can.
You know what? Filkin, give yourself inspiration for deciding to talk to the elks rather than murder them, and then
It was worth a
immediately
shot.
reversing course and trying to murder them.
I'm laughing out loud that the spell has now granted me the ability to anger people in a whole new species category. I've increased the number of possible people who want to murder me or creatures.
Oh.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Bizban the Fabulous.
I believe I may miss.
Let's see here. An 11 versus an elk, which has a rating of 10. You hit.
I've run up beside him and then I chuck the javelin. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Alright, let's see some damage.
Javelin.
7 points of damage. So you hit it solidly in the shoulder where it kind of sticks in, and the elk, you can hear him and animalish. Filkin, he's like, "Hey, that hurt." Anything else, Steven?
I will grit my teeth and start frothing at the mouth a little bit, but that's all.
All right, Petey, the man they call Petey.
Aha! Well, there seem to be a lot of elk. Seems to be the order of the day. What should we do about these elk? I know. I will. Let's make sure that this actually works. Blah, blah, blah. I think. Okay, yes. I will ready to close an attack once they have moved. So I'm presuming that they're going to charge.
Okay, Soren.
Going to move up next to Filkin and cast Sacred Flame at the injured elk. He must succeed on the Dexterity saving throw. DC is 13.
Okay. So what does this Sacred Flame attack look like?
So it's a flaming hammer that's going to come from my hand, and it's just going to basically rotate and hit the elk in the head.
And yet it doesn't.
It's a good theory, though.
You try to hit the elk in the head, and it gets caught in his antlers and just kind of deflects away. Well, not properly.
And I will, as my free action, and draw my Warhammer clanging on my shield.
Oh, interesting. You're going for that warrior thing. All right. That worked, mostly. All right. So, the elk go. This elk is going to charge Filkin. He moves at least 20 feet straight toward the target. If he hits, he gets a bonus. Okay. Filkin, what is your AC?
Now with nails and forks, it is 14.
Okay. You are going to take 13 points of damage as the elk slams into you.
That takes me to 0.
Make a strength check.
Ow.
Strength saving throw.
A strength saving throw. I am not proficient in save, so it's just a 14, which is plus 2. 13.
Okay, you are knocked prone in the process.
Right.
I guess the
At
buck
0,
stops
so I
here.
think, do you start dying at 0 in 5e, or is that...
Yes.
Okay, so you get knocked back 5 feet, and you're prone, and you're dying. Things go very badly for you. The remaining elk spend their whole turn moving up to Staven. They can't get far enough to both attack and do stuff, however.
Oh god, there's so many of them.
Petey!
Aha, well,
David is
Petey.
now surrounded by 4 enraged elk that are all bleeding. They're like, "Ah, ah."
So which one of them looks the most hurt?
The one that's in the back here looks like he has a javelin sticking out of his arm.
Awesome.
Sorry, shoulder.
Approximately how far is it from me to, like, about here?
35 feet.
Then I can
You could
theoretically...
get next to him with 30 feet rather than move a little farther.
Well, I actually have 35 feet of movement.
Okay, well then you run right around him.
It's on one of those crazy, crazy gnome things. Well, halfling, whatever.
Halfling? I was going to say, you're not a gnome.
They're all the same, really.
You can't stop
I
me.
see that
I
the subtle racism spreads throughout all the nobility, not just the House of Parmigiania.
All right. Well, it seems like taking these things down is kind of important, so I'll spend one of those fancy points to get an extra 2 attacks.
Whoa.
And then I shall begin unloading upon it, and if for some reason it goes down, then I'll start abusing its friend.
Okay.
Just in case.
10 is going to hit. What is with the double roll?
That's if I have advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
So just go with the first
6.
number.
You're gonna knock that one out.
On the second hit,
20 for 7 and 23 for 6. You're going to also knock that one out.
yes,
Wow.
Petey
You
to the
just walk
rescue.
up. You're like, whoocha, whoopah, whoopah, and then like you do this flying kick, and you kick one of the elks right in his nuts, and he's like, just rolls over, like
It's
a
probably
cow
for the
being
best.
tipped.
It's probably for the best. I can't understand that. They fell off the turn order. You think
Yep,
you
that's
deleted?
fine. I know where they are.
Okay,
Vilken, you need to make one of your death saving throws.
you're good at those.
Yes,
Just 1d20.
I am. I'm going to take my point of inspiration and pass it to Petey. I'm not going to use it on my death roll.
I don't know.
I want to
You
give.
can give inspiration away, can you?
Oh,
Yes.
sure. Also, I
You can-
currently have
you can-
inspiration. I don't think I can hold 2.
Okay.
You only have one inspiration.
Then I will spend the inspiration that I have to give me advantage on the death roll. So this is a Constitution save, right? Or is
Nope,
it just a?
you just roll a d20. That's it.
Oh, sorry, I'm complicating it.
Just roll
19.
one. Oh, you're rolling 2 of them? Okay, well, you're 1 point closer to reviving.
Huzzah!
Okay, so I spent the inspiration needlessly, but that's good. So I'm marking down 1 success on the death save.
Yep, you need 3 successes before 3 failures. Steven.
Okay. Before I sink into crazy blood madness, do they look frightened at all by the fact that 2 of them have been taken down?
No, they seem ready to run over and pummel Filkin to death.
Is one of them bigger than the other?
Yeah, one of them has like a tiny 11th point growing out of his antlers that you somehow noticed while he was running over.
I will try to chop him in the neck, as the mountain does to horses.
I see.
Well,
Well, let's see. Hold on a second. And I will be enraged when I do this, I suppose.
What's with the percentile roll?
Oh, that was just to see if I could keep a handle on my emotions, but I couldn't.
I see. Is this a barbarian thing? I have no idea what rules we're using.
No. That's a me thing.
I was gonna say, I think that's just him role playing.
So
Okay,
I
that
just
will
start
hit.
go crazy, and I'm like, ah.
You go crazy and start chopping at this elk.
Oops. No.
Did that include your extra 2 damage for berserking?
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
First time he has actually survived. Someone noted, if David doesn't die tonight, it'll be the first time I've seen him survive. It'll be the first time anybody has seen him survive in one of my games. I don't
Wait,
know how
are you
this
talking about
keeps
me?
happening. Yes.
I survived last week, remember?
Oh, yeah! You
This is
did
PD,
survive
yeah.
last week. I forgot about that.
This is the return of PD.
I'm so used to
PD2.
you dying constantly.
I finally broke
Good
the
point.
cycle.
How did I overlook that? Okay, 10 points of damage. Very solid blow. The elk does not go down, however.
Oh.
Anything else from that?
I will spit on it.
Oh, okay. Thorin.
Sorry?
I'm going to stand over Filkin's body
Okay.
and throw another hurling ball of fire towards the damaged elk
Okay.
and say, Filkin will live.
It recalls back at you by going bleh. I think it dodges, right?
It does.
Okay, so like you throw this ball of fire at him, this flaming hammer. It gets caught in his antlers, and he just shakes his majestic antlers. And then immediately lowers them at Steven. They both begin attacking Steven. In fact, the other one will move to be behind Steven while the first one's in front of him. And they're just trying to pin you between the two of them.
Oh.
A 10 and a 10.
No.
Okay.
I am too tough.
Edie.
That AC from Khan.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna 1-2 punch this elk.
You're using your key punch, or you're just doing your regular unarmed
This
attack?
is just regular unarmed.
Your first blow will knock him unconscious.
Oh, well, then I'll come over here and deliver the other one to him. Here, have it.
Yeah, you have enough speed to do that. So you like run up, punch the first guy, then you like parkour over Staven, and you're like parkour.
I like to picture I actually traveled the distance in a great big jumping kick.
Oh man. You will hear me growl. It's still uncivilized. Blah! As I
Alright.
drool and spit everywhere.
Filkin, roll a d20.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes.
Points.
Hey, you're doing pretty good.
Staven.
Don't jinx me, guys.
Suppose I will swing around and try to chop this thing in half.
I was just gonna say you're better at meeting at death saves.
Oh.
Anything else from that?
I will try to not fall over, as I guess I stumbled when I swung.
I see
Of course, the sun got in my eyes.
the sun in this forest.
That's a thing that can happen.
Maybe it was actually Petey that threw you off balance as you jumped over you, right?
Well, that crazy display, of course, yes.
Soren.
One more flaming hammer thrown his way.
Okay, you're stepping out of melee with this creature first, or you're gonna?
Am I in melee?
You said that you were guarding Filkin, and he's
Yes.
next to both Filkin and
Okay.
Steven.
I'll swing my warhammer then.
Okay, all right.
Let's do it
For Filkin.
for Filkin.
Their AC is 10.
Right.
It doesn't stand a chance.
9 points of damage. It is
Solid hit.
unconscious. It goes down, spraying its musk everywhere.
Oh. It's all over me.
Filkin, can you roll a d20?
Yes. Oh.
All right, and then I assume someone's going to try to stabilize him.
I will
can-
attempt
I have
it.
I have a cantrip that will
Oh.
do it automatically.
Okay, all right.
Never mind.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
So when anyone looks over, Rufus is still trying to reload his crossbow from where he dry fired it earlier. He's like, oh yes, yes.
You did warn us of your hunting prowess.
Yes. Well, if you look in those contracts, you'll see that when you tell this tale in the taverns, it was I who slayed all of the wild beasts.
Of course. And I'll wipe my mouth off because all the frothing spittle.
So he like takes out some notes and is like, I'm just going to remove their heads real quick and then bury them and send some servants back out here later with instructions to recover these fine points. Yes. He's like making notes on a map that seems to be wildly inaccurate. At the very least, it's not drawn anywhere to scale. For instance, the city of Katajaj is listed as almost being as big as Hub.
Of course.
Can Filkin use his hit dice to heal, or is that only when you're conscious?
You'd have to be conscious.
I will cast a cure light on you.
Okay.
You're healed.
How much does that heal?
7 points.
7 points. Thank you, Soren. Once again, coming to my aid.
I help you to
Those-
your feet, dust you off, and say, "We will dine on fine venison tonight."
Yes.
I ask, what did you say to them?
Well, as I would look just to call dibs on. Hopefully, there's a dibs policy in Hub. You're aware of the Gnomish tradition. As the first one to fall beneath him, I would like to claim the antlers of the one who felled me, The largest, of course, should still go to Rufus, but I would like to add the antlers to my helm, to my turtle shell helmet at some point. But I simply told them that we simply wanted to pass through their territory respectfully, and if they knew of any ruins, and I tried to describe ruins to what an animal would think, and I'll be honest, I don't. They didn't seem evil. They didn't seem like dire. Just did not care for my tone, and they would not let us pass through their territory.
This is why you do not parley with beasts, sir.
I've had good luck before, but maybe I haven't been this far south of Hub. Perhaps there's an evil in the woods that
Yes,
jerk.
these types of game animals I've seen in the past, they would have run if we had not spoken.
It was definitely
it was a valiant attempt. We attempted peace, but due to unforeseen circumstances, they attacked us on sight. So
they have their piece now. In fact, that one's in pieces.
Yes.
And then I spit on the ground.
I was talking over someone when I said the buck stopped here, but
oh no!
Yeah.
Much better.
Filkin will use his 1d8 hit die, if I may, to heal.
Yeah.
No, I'll use the d6.
Nice.
Yes.
It was a good D6.
Divine Spark favors my boldness. I am at full hit points.
So you travel east for another 6 miles. I'm sorry, 8 miles to finish out your day's travel. And set up camp while Rufus begins writing out the day's adventure. He seems to be narrating it from the point of view of someone who was actually doing something during the fight.
Did we get a total of 8 miles east or 16 miles east?
8. You went 16 miles south.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what you said you were going to do.
Correct. Yeah, I've got a little diagram going here. Filkin seems definitely shaken by his experience. This is the first time nature has really just kicked the crap out of him. That's not true. He got mauled by a bear. I forgot my backstory. Sorry.
So who is doing what watch tonight?
I think we could just keep consistent watches, right? So I was doing first.
Third is apparently the good watch.
Filkin and Staven are third.
All right. I need Soren to make a perception check right before everyone goes down to sleep.
Character sheet.
Okay, you definitely see this guy approaching. He's wearing like a pointed yellow, like fake wizard hat. And he's wearing yellow monk's robes with a yellow cleric's vestment on top of it. And he has some sort of like symbol of an eye. And he approaches from the east. And he says, "Hello there, hey, I saw your flyer, eh?" And you see that it's this incredibly gaunt, pale dwarf. Wearing all yellow in the middle of the night.
No, I mean, he doesn't want to get
I'm going to wake up my party members and say, what brings you to this trail?
He says, "Oh, I saw your fire, eh? Just looking for a bit of hospitality. Don't suppose you got any stew or bread?"
We did just acquire some venison. You're welcome to it. We have more meat than we can handle. What is your name?
You friends.
My name is Soren Sundercrag. May the blessings of the first and last be upon you.
Says, "Oh, the first and the last. You're a cleric then."
I am.
"I'm something of a religious man myself." He says, "Well, as to why I'm here, my my faith calls me to a hidden temple in these parts, a place of worship where all of those of my kind are called to.
And what is your religious affiliation?
I wouldn't say it's a religious affiliation there, mate. It's more of a spiritual bonding.
Fashion police. And I'll roll over and go back to sleep.
Does the that symbol of the eye look familiar at all?
You can make a knowledge religion check.
I'd like to get in on that, please, if I may.
Stephen has more meat than he can handle. I
Yeah,
assume that number is infinite meats, since everyone can eat lots and lots of delicious carnivore.
Oh,
He
Poor
eats
elk.
an entire elk by himself.
I think
Milton,
James and I
you're
were on a
going
different
through
page.
your religious stuff. You think that there's a bunch of religions with eye stuff. Soren, you don't know of any particular deity that has an eye symbol. Maybe some sort of minor godling or spirit, but like even those are extremely rare.
just hope it's
Does-
not an
does-
elder eye.
Does Lord Rufus seem concerned at all? with this
No.
guy's-
Lord Rufus does not seem concerned.
Rufus, do you know this gentleman? It appears that he's on a similar quest.
So Rufus pulls out a pipe and is like, "Yes, well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir. I won't have any filthy dwarven heretics running about here. You take your yellow sign and you go somewhere else, you little pissant piece of shit." He pulls out his
Hey-o.
crossbow, but this time he makes sure it's loaded and points it at the dwarves' general direction. He says, "Now, if you know what's good for you, you'll... yes, get out of here right now before my boys run you out." And the dwarf kind of raises his hands and says, "Can I at least get that stew first? Okay?" What do you guys do?
There's no reason to be rude. We have plenty of meat to go around.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, he
recall
could-
being the.
Is this in that
Yeah.
contract?
I don't
You
recall
don't
having
recall
to do any
anything
kind
about
of.
that.
Yeah.
It's
No.
clear that he expects you to back him on this, but
Mhm.
I'm still trying to sleep.
you don't
so
feel
I don't...
legally compelled to.
If his presence causes you unrest, then that is something that we can
He says,
negotiate
"Can you
with.
not see? Yes, it's plain as day. This man is a filthy dwarven warlock, and he has made a pact with an elder god. Yes." He is clearly here looking for one of their debased foul temples to sacrifice more virgins to. And the dwarf's like, "Well, it's not virgin technically sacrifice, eh, mate? I mean, it's just any innocent blood. It doesn't have to be a lot, eh? Just, you know." He's like trying to come up with reasons. He's like, "I'm a peaceful guy, a pacifist. Sometimes we just make pacts with greater entities than ourselves." And he notices as he's talking, Rufus is like pushing the crossbow towards him.
Sounds like
So
you
they're
guys
like
should have
20 feet
more in
apart, but
common.
Rufus is
Yeah.
like slowly inching that way with a crossbow held out. And he's holding it one-handed, so like the end of it is like dipping down, and he has to keep pushing it back up.
I'm going to hand the guy, the dwarven wizard in the wearing all yellow, a portion of stew and send him on his way.
Okay. He says, "Why, thank you, friend. If we were to ever meet again, I would be obliged to fill a favor for you." And he turns northeast and says, "If you ever require aid, the house of Nyarlathotep stands but 12 miles scant northeast of here.
Oh.
Come, and we will offer you succor and hospitality for but a night."
I appreciate the
Maybe
kind
looks
offer,
confused.
and I will maybe one day take you up upon it. But right now, we just want to keep the peace within our group. So, unfortunately, you'll have to leave our camp.
It seems to violate my definition of the spirit of the woods is that all religious differences should be set aside when it comes to danger of nightfall. I think this man should be kept here close to the fire, where we can mutually protect each other. Him, us, and us, him. I don't want him sent away.
Religious differences can often surpass reason, and we did sign a contract after all, and I want to honor that contract without causing bloodshed or hostility. The dwarf has been fed, and he seems fine with camping away from us. At this time, I think we should just let bygones be bygones.
And Rufus says yes, and you can get the hell on.
Friend dwarf, what is your name, if I may ask? I'm Filkin, by the way.
He says, "Yeah, mate, when you leave the mines, you lose your clan name, and when you swear yourself to an elder god, you lose your first name. So they just call me Warlock nowadays, eh?"
Warlock, do you feel that you're in danger, or do you feel that you're going to be safe for the night?
So when you say that, like, there's a crossbow bolt that thuds into the tree next to him, and he starts backing away. He's like, "I'm feeling like I'm in a lot of danger right here now, hey, mate." You see Rufus is cranking the crossbow back super slowly.
I will sit up at this point. Once I hear weapons.
Oh, come on. Do we have to fight in the middle of the night? I mean, he's doesn't look like a vicious beast come from the darkness.
He says he's a dwarf. Hey, of course he looks like a vicious beast.
I guess he does have a really big beard.
Just let him be gone and let me sleep.
Vilkin?
Just because we're giving this guy a tour through the forest doesn't mean our moral code is on hold, on hiatus.
Exactly. And I would think that you would be one of the first people having such knowledge to truck with evil powers. You wouldn't do something
when you
like
say that, the warlock says, "Oh, hey there, mate. It's not, evil powers, technically. Nyarlathotep just, wants to cause a little chaos and destruction, but he's a good guy sometimes, eh? Like I said, I'm a pacifist." And as he says that, you hear an ominous click as Rufus loads another crossbow bolt.
If you keep disturbing my sleep, I will pass my fist through your head.
Oh, why don't you take inspiration for that? Because that was a good one.
Okay.
Pass my fist. I have to remember that. Can't believe I haven't heard that one, actually. Okay. Vilkin, any complaints still?
Yes.
Well, the warlock leaves regardless of your complaints, as there's now a crossbow that's loaded, pointed at him.
Again.
I will follow at a. I have low light vision, so I'll follow him
Into the shadows.
Shadows for lesser races, but like.
Oh, wow. The not so subtle racism going around again.
I will follow at a 60-foot distance, not too terribly far, maybe a total of 180 feet away from camp, and just to make sure that he is not beset by dire badgers or anything like that.
Why don't you make a perception check as you go away?
Yeah, Vilkin is extraordinarily good at perception. I have a 0.
He says right before he fails. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, he just wanders away, and you hear him whistling a jaunty tune while he's eating stew from his own bowl.
Okay. I will walk back to camp then.
Okay.
Having seen this man safely away, at least for a whole 180 feet.
All right. The rest of the night passes without incident, and then a gigantic break time comes up. We're going to take a 6 or 7 minute break here.
Nice.
But let me tell you what's going on, folks, because there's things that are happening. Whoa. First off, let's talk about that comic I wanted to speak about earlier. It's called Servants of the Imperium. It's a Order of the Stick style Warhammer 40k. Webcomic, I think it's done quite excellently, and you should probably check it out. I would recommend it highly.
You said excellent, and then you said 40K. I'm not sure how these two things go together.
Ooh, wow.
40K is
You're gonna get a
awesome.
lot of hate mail for that one, David.
Get
I'm
stepping.
sure. I'm messing. I'm totally playing around.
That's tripping, bro. That's tripping.
I'm gonna Patreon a Pony Finder 40K supplement.
Amazing. So good.
If you're willing to pay for it, I'll write it.
Gonna throw this down in the chat.
I'm pretty mercenary.
There's a form I'm just asking viewers to fill out. It's just what games you might like to see in the future. So if you have a quick moment, please fill that out. It'll be in the description of the video you're currently watching if you're checking this out on YouTube. It'll be open for about 3 weeks from now. So if you're watching this in the future, but this is your past, you may still have a chance to fill out this amazing form and choose the future of what you watch. Finally, we have shows going down here. Tuesday, Thursday, this Friday, and alternating Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we are working to bring you shows every single night. Boom. Excellent. Follow, like, subscribe, all of that junk. We'll be back in about 4 minutes, guys.